So here we are looking for the 150 on the left hand side. So we brake up to about 75%, wipe that speed off, we leave it in third gear, back on the gas at the apex, just to lift as we go through turn 2, getting those wheels over the curbs and then just kissing the curb as we lift through turn 3. We get back up to 100%, we're going to head over to the right hand side, looking for this 50 board. As we get there, on the brakes at about 60%, short trail off, back over those curves. Now lightly on the brakes, trail that off, smoothly back on the gas. Just as soon as we reach 100, we start trailing off the throttle, and then we're sitting on the brakes at about 10%. Leave it in third gear, back on the gas. Very, very awkward corner, that one. And now we straighten the track out. Right, looking for the 200 board. As we get there, on the brakes up to about 70%, and again long on the brakes, trail it off, leave it in third gear, back on the gas. As soon as we get to the white and red, we're on the brakes up to about 15%, hold it, back on the gas in third, get nice and tight to this corner, and now we're on the brakes up to about 20%, leave it in third gear, jump in over that curb. As soon as we're back over to the right hand side, on the brakes for a second to last time. Very important corner, as it is followed by the longest straight. As we drive past the Hard Rock Stadium, very nice. Right, we're looking for the 200 board. Once we've gone through that, on the brakes, hold it around 75%, again trail it off, down to third gear, back on the gas. And now we're going to hook it back over to the left hand side. And over and across the line we go in a 2:02.4. Right, next up is the breakdown lap. Right, so here we are with the breakdown lap. So first up, 150 board on the left-hand side. As we get there, we get on the brakes. Initially up to about 65, then briefly up to 75%. Trail it off, back on the gas at the apex. As soon as we reach 100, we are going to go back to the left-hand side. We do a big lift, getting our left-hand tyres over the curb. And now we're doing another lift once we get up to 100%, just kissing that curb. Over to left-hand side, the right-hand side, sorry. We're going to go through the 50 and then get on the brakes up to about 60%. Trail that off. As soon as we get to the curb, we should be back on the gas. And then once we get up to 100% and we're mid-corner, immediately back off the gas and on the brakes up to about 25%. We trail that off until we get to mid-corner, and then we're back on the gas. And then once we're cutting this corner here, we're going to start trailing off the gas all the way down to virtually nothing. And then we're just sitting on the brakes, just almost in the single figures. As soon as we can see this curb on the left-hand side, this is when we start getting back on the gas once more, but we don't reach 100% so we know we're going to make the corner. Right, we are looking for the 200 board on the right-hand side here. So as soon as we're alongside that, on the brakes, and again, up to about 70%, wipe that off long. We start picking back up on the gas. We don't need to really jump straight back on it, but as soon as we get to this white and red painting on the floor, this is when we get on the brakes up to about 15%. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Now we start picking back up on the gas. We reach 100%, and then as soon as we get over to this corner on the left-hand side, this is when we do a lift initially, and then as soon as we go through it, on the brakes, again, holding it around 20%. We want to get nice and tight to this wall on the left-hand side, and then tight to this bollard on the right-hand side. As soon as we get over to the right-hand side, we're on the brakes, up to about 35%. Quick trail off, back on the gas at the apex. All of that being done in third gear, you'll note. Right, for the final bit of braking, we're going to go through the 200, but we're going to get on the brakes ahead of the 150, and again, holding it around 75% all the way until we get to the end of the turquoise sidings on the barrier there. Now we're going to trail it off, and again, leaving it in third gear, picking back up on the gas at the apex. Gets up to 100%. And then we're just pinning our rears back for the line. So we have one final version coming up next for those masochists of you still watching. It has the driving line on and me not talking, so enjoy.